What's up, everybody? It's that time of year. Team Europe squaring off against Team US in the Mosconi Cup. This year is being played in the Bally's Casino in Las Vegas. There's a record crowd for Las Vegas, at least 2,500. Mostly American fans are going to prove the American team wrong. They think that they are huge, massive favorites. However, this is going to be played on the felt and not on paper. There's been a little bit of a discussion on who the fourth and fifth picks on the American team should be. The nod went to Oscar Dominguez and Earl Strickland. Me personally think that's really cool. Both these are great players with a lot of experience, and perhaps that's just what the American team needs. This is how day one is going to pan out, and I would say that in the team match, we didn't see a lot of great pull. However, they're playing on 4-inch pockets. The side pockets are 4.5-inch, and it's just brutal. I would say that especially Jason Shaw, he got off to a little bit of a rocky start. Obviously in the team match you don't get a lot of shots, but this guy here, he made a couple of awesome shots, and definitely he's here to win. Team US quickly took the first rack, and yeah, I mean the spirit inside the American team, nothing wrong with the European team, but the spirit inside the American team seemed very good. Here we can see that Joshua Filler tried a jump shot, failed. Well, it wasn't easy, so fail is a harsh word. However, later in the rack, the American team got a little bit unlucky, and bada bing, bada boom, score is 1-1. Although Joshua made it a little bit exciting with that 6-ball, however, I'm pretty sure he had full control, and again, they're playing on equipment that they're not quite used to. I know that they're used to playing on, top-notch pool tables with brand new cloth and whatnot, although this will feel a little bit, I would say, uncomfortable, even though they're professionals. There's 2,500 fans there, 4-inch pockets, not easy. Here we see the very first shot of the debutant, the current #1 player in the world. His very first shot was that one, a scratch, not a warm welcome into the Mosconi Cup sphere. Here you can see the brutal side pockets, and here's another one of the world's best players. You can see they've got to be so accurate in the side pockets. Anyway, a little bit later on in that rack, after a couple of misses and a couple of safety shots, that rack went to the European team. In the very next rack, there was a little bit back and forth. Again, a little bit of scrappy play. However, this guy here, as I said, I think he has a really good, nice, soothing effect on the entire team, and he's calm, collected, and he played really well on day one, making sure that Team USA quite comfortably took a 3-2 lead. The European team was definitely not on point, and of course when you got this guy here doing trick shots like this, no problem. He actually put himself in this position himself, but no problem. When you can escape like this, you can't complain. A little bit later, Joshua Filler fluked the shot here, obviously being 9-ball, no call shots, and Team Europe really needed that. They were pretty badly hooked, and yeah, Team US already on the hill. Tyler Steyer also had a great day one. He's also, one of those calm, collected players who has a soothing effect, and basically Team US without much, I wouldn't say effort, but without much resistance. They took that team match, and Team US 1-0 up. Next up, quite the challenge for Oscar Dominguez and Earl Strickland. Team US was playing the current world Scotch double champions, the two Spaniards, David Alcaide and FSR. Obviously no easy task for any two players. And I would say that this match was pretty one-sided. Again, really not surprised, because these two guys here, they're so in tune. They're, playing Scotch double against these guys. You need a lot of luck on your side. These guys, they rarely miss, and putting them together makes them a deadly force. Oscar tried to kick and just thin off the one ball and make the 9-ball in the side. Neither one of them can believe he missed, and a little bit later on in that rack, the Spaniards took it. There was a consolidation rack a little bit later here for the American team. Team Europe broke dry and left the one ball straight in and the 2-9 combination straight in as well. Perhaps the audience was thinking that now, there's a little bit of a spring in Team US step, but again, they're playing against the world's best Scotch double team. Really an uphill battle, and as I said in the beginning, this particular match was going to be very one-sided. Here we can see the current best player in the world, FSR, under pressure making a 8.5-foot shot, and basically by making that shot, securing that rack, making the score 3-1 for the European team. Oscar and Earl seemed to have good conversations, both in the chair and also when they were around the table. They were just, facing two monsters who performed really well on the day as well. You can see the confidence they have when they left themselves with this combination shot, and as you will soon see, easy peasy. He even played the cue ball safe in case he missed. Obviously the shot was pretty natural and everything, but you still got to make that, and again, 4-inch pockets, not easy. And by this time the European team was also already down 1-0, so they can really afford to lose this match. But as you probably figured out, they didn't lose this match. Quite comfortably, they won 5-1, and now the score was even out 1-1, and I think that everybody in the audience thought that maybe we'll have a day ending 2-2 or something. Now we've got a great matchup. Great match, this one. I think, at least what I can recall, this is one of the best matches I've seen in Mosconi Cup. In terms of quality, we got Joshua Filler and Sky Woodward, and obviously two of the world's best players. You can expect high quality, but at this equipment, under this pressure, not easy to perform. But as we will see, there's high quality being delivered in this match. I would say that everyone seemed to struggle quite a lot with the break. Obviously now they're breaking from the break box. You got to break from the middle 1/3, and they move the 9-ball up on the spot. So everybody's trying to cut break and whatnot. Almost everybody was struggling quite bad. Not Joshua Filler. Also, I would say Tyler Steyer, he nailed the break pretty much all day. But Joshua, during this match, he had 3 break and runs, which was I think, more than anybody else combined. But Skyler is Skyler, and he didn't give up without a fight. Joshua maneuvered, pretty easy around the table. Even you can look at that brutal pocket size, but for him it's like playing on bucket holes. He's so confident and he believes in himself. Obviously everybody does that, but I think that perhaps him and Jason Shaw are the two players in the world, maybe also the two best shot makers, but they definitely have the most confidence in themselves. This guy here, for me, I know Shane Van Boening, awesome, everything, but for me, this guy here in the Mosconi Cup, in the Mosconi Cup scene, I would say that perhaps he is the most important or best player on the team, and this year also being a vice captain. It's quite the accomplishment making that shot under that pressure from Mr. Woodward, but he made it look easy, and as we'll see in this rack here, now he's playing with new equipment as well. He moved from Mayuchi, I think, to Q-Tech. During this rack he made a lot of difficult shots, and he kind of landed on the 50-yard line here, and unfortunately he missed the 9-ball quite badly, basically gifting that rack to Joshua. I think that one of the best features for the professionals is that whether or not you make a mistake, you just get back up on the horse, and that's exactly what Sky did. He broke perfectly and ran that rack without any problems, equalizing that mistake, but obviously you can see it on his face. It was painful that he gifted Joshua that rack, and raised to 5 when you give your opponent one of them for free, it hurts. And again, I wouldn't say a perfect break, but a very good break from Joshua, and he made that 2-ball look easy. He could barely squeeze by, but he made it look easy and maneuvered himself around the table in this rack in an efficient and expedient way, and quickly took a 3-2 lead. As I said, high quality match. We didn't see a lot of misses and a lot of attacking play, and this is what Sky did on his break, and obviously that feels extremely good. It wasn't a hanger by any means, and you can see Mr. Billy Thorpe, I think it's him, congratulating him as well. It's really annoying, not annoying, but frustrating when your opponent breaks like this. And when your opponent happened to be one of the best shot makers in the world as well, frustrating. Anyway, Joshua went up to the hill first. Let's see how Sky responds. Not too shabby when your opponent just went up on the hill and just keeps breaking and running out. So it's pretty nice to get a break with a combo lined up pretty nice, and then afterwards, when it's your turn, you make a golden break. Hill situation, we're gonna see a lot of that during this Mosconi Cup, and yeah, Sky could manage the pressure and took a very important point for the American team, playing extremely well. Needless to say, the crowd was on their feet, and yeah, 2,500, mostly American fans, really appreciating what they're seeing. They knew that their boys were underdogs, but yeah, it's not played on paper, this one. Next up in the ring was Tyler Steyer and Shane Van Boning. They were playing to secure a 3-1 lead after day one, and I think that pretty much nobody expected that, but they were facing Jason Shaw and Albin Ocean, and that's a pretty good lag that actually the American team won. And later on in the match, we'll see that that's pretty important, winning the lag. Van Boning coming up with a great shot here and basically securing the rack. Tyler didn't make any mistakes, and as I said earlier, Tyler played really well. Calm, cool, super cool. The European team broke and ran and made it 1-1. Here again, Tyler making an excellent choice. He could do something crazy, go on the offensive and play the 4-5 ball, off the 6 on the side, but he decided to do this. And even though Albin is very good at kicking, this time he didn't have the, well, I would say, millimeter on his side, and the American team took a 2-1 lead. So this was a funny situation. Jason explained to Albin what they wanted to do if you got the push out in return, but Shane said, I'm taking it myself. That's exactly how Jason explained how they want to play the shot. And as you can see, once again, there's 1 or 2 millimeters not on the European side, and yeah, actually two times during this rack they locked them up pretty good, but as you will see, you know, these side pockets are brutal, and yeah, the European team secured that rack, making it 2-2. I guess you can call this pretty much a perfect break, and Tyler didn't make any mistakes. As I said, he was probably one of the best players today on the American team. Well, actually on both teams. Oh, and Shane almost missed that 9-ball, as we'll see here. You know, but he had the right speed, the right spin. He played it the pro way, so he just made it a little bit exciting for us. Albin a little bit frustrated. He thought that he left Jason snookered, but he didn't. However, Jason left him with a rather nasty shot, but he made that look easy, and in the end, the European team made it 3-all. Here we can see what I mentioned earlier, that Tyler was also one of the guys breaking good. He was always making that 1 ball in the side pocket. A little bit of a safety battle. Turned out that Albin didn't play a really good shot there, but here's perhaps the best shot of the day. Under pressure, Tyler making that excellent draw shot, leaving Shane in a perfect position, and again, the US first to go up on the hill, super important, and they also won the lag, meaning they have the break when they're on the hill. Albin played a excellent safety shot here. However, Shane, he's done a couple of nice shots already in this Mosconi Cup, and he almost made a spectacular one there. Wasn't to be, however, and the European team capitalized and made it 4-4. But as I said, it was the American team by Shane Van Bonning's excellent lag where he froze the cue ball to short rail that secured them the break in this final rack. Here's an interesting situation. Tyler was just about to play the carom off the left side on the one ball, and then Shane stopped him and said, go ahead and just thin the one ball, making the 4 ball in the corner and leaving the cue ball right there where he pointed on the table. Now he's just making sure that actually his advice holds water. And Tyler, yeah, who's he to argue with this guy? And he played that shot, and basically that shot secured the entire rack. However, there's a little bit of work left. The American kept their cool and making day one rather surprising for many, at least. 3-1 lead for the American team, and I think that's excellent because the Europeans weren't, on top of things today. You can expect them come out firing tomorrow. However, if the Americans win the couple of first matches and take like a commanding lead, I think that the nerves will start to creep in on home soil for the American team. Everybody's really, the team seems really connected, and there's a good atmosphere. I think that this year's Mosconi Cup is going to be really interesting. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I've stayed up all night to make this video and to watch because I'm on a totally different time zone, so I apologize if I sound tired and not so enthusiastic, but I'm doing my best here. Anyway, thank you guys, and don't forget to consider subscribing and hitting that like button. Thank you.